Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm here today to talk about 92 Fox MOS. So that was my MOS. I just got out of the Army about, maybe about 30 days ago, 30, 45 days ago. So I'm kind of fresh out of the Army. Currently at work, I got a job straight out of getting out of the Army. That was cool. So I'm here to talk about my MOS, which was 92 Fox. So got my little sticky notes here with my little, points or whatever. Anyway, so first off, basic training. Basic training has nothing to do with your job. It's just your overall military basic stuff, smoke you, whatever. You get the drill, you see it on YouTube. That's basic training. Once you leave basic training, then you go to AIT. AIT is where you learn your job. AIT is where you learn about your MOS. My MOS was a 92 Fox, a fueler, petroleum supply specialist. That's where you learn your job at AIT. AIT is a little bit more relaxed than basic training. As to me, when I was there, now they have drill sergeants at AIT, so if it might be like basic training again, but I don't think so. I think it's kind of still a little bit more relaxed. They just have the drill sergeants there just to still instill the discipline, because there weren't a lot of discipline when I was there. Anyway, so AIT is where you learn your job. That's kind of where you go, out of the field, see the different equipments that you're going to be using once you get, you go to your unit and you go out to the real Army. My AIT experience was kind of difficult, only because PT in the morning, they really smoke you in the morning when it comes to PT, and then right after that you got to go to chow, and then after that you got to march to the schoolhouse and go to school. So getting up in the morning early, PTing, and then going to school was kind of tough, because you so tired. I was plenty of time I was just like, I was just knocking out in class, and that was kind of difficult for me. As far as the schoolwork was not difficult at all. I know people who failed. You're gonna have a couple failures or whatever, but the schoolwork was not difficult at all. It's a lot of information to take in. You get plenty of time to go back to your barracks and study. Most people don't like to study, so hence they fail. So AIT is pretty cool. You get to do a lot of fun things in AIT. You get to go off post, go to the mall, go shopping, go out to eat. Once you hit a certain phase, as I say, that's when I was there. This was about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, so not sure if they changed that. I would assume it's still the same, that they give, the soldiers a little bit more leeway now that they're not in basic. After you leave AIT, before you leave AIT, you get to choose where you want to go, overseas. I keep waving my hands like this because the automatic light is going to cut off. But anyway, you get to choose where you want to go before you leave AIT. Whether it's you want to go to Germany, you want to go to Fort Hood, you want to go to Fort Carson, you want to go to Korea, whatever. You get a choice to choose where you want to go, and plenty of times, about 85-90% of the time, you get to go where you want to go. But just bear in mind that you're at the needs of the Army. So wherever the Army needs you, that's where they're going to put you. I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas, and I tell you this: if you want to come to Texas, just put Texas. You're getting it. Some of my friends went to Korea, some went to Germany, some went to Fort Bragg, some went to Fort Carson. People go all over. Some came to Fort Hood with me. So you get to choose where you want to go before you leave AIT, and then once you graduate, then you go on vacation, and then you report to your duty station, wherever that is. As a 92 Fox, you're going to be driving your fuel truck. So your fuel truck could be, they got the big 2,500 gallon fuel truck, or it could be a small TPU, or it could be, your 2,500 gallon truck with another 2,500 on the back of your truck. So you're going to be hauling fuel back and forth, and it's pretty cool. I didn't know driving that big vehicle was going to be such, such fun, you know. Going through the different terrains, especially when you're doing training exercises. So it was pretty cool, driving the vehicles in different areas, different terrain, whatever the case may be. Um, Uniform. So as fuelers, you have your standard, uniform, your military uniform that you wear, but as fuelers, we get some extra stuff, some extra gears that a lot of people don't get, maybe 88 mics don't get, or the cooks don't get, or supplies don't get. We get some cool, especially winter gear, some nice jackets, real comfy stuff, real slick stuff, And our uniform, the current uniform now for the fuelers, they're flame retarded, so they look different from your average uniform that you'll see a regular soldier in. So they're flame retarded and they're more aviation type uniforms. So you'll see a lot of the aviation pilots and the aviation chiefs. Those are we all wear the same uniform. So uniform and gears, we get a lot of extra stuff, extra stuff. You're gonna find yourself with a lot of gears. I'm telling you, you're gonna run out of space to put gear. You're gonna have so much stuff. CIF is gonna issue you, trust me, and you better keep accountability for everything that you have, because once you're getting ready to get out, you're gonna have to turn most of that stuff back in. I was able to keep a lot of my gear, some of the stuff that actually touches my skin, like some sweater stuff. You get to keep a lot of little cool stuff. So we get different, a little bit of a different selection when it comes to uniform, as a fueler. Also, you have promotion. So being a fueler, being a 92 Fox, you can get promoted pretty easily. Now, before, promotion points were very high and it was very hard to get promoted, so nobody wanted to be a fueler. But now, the points are, dropping significantly, and a lot of people are getting promoted, especially when it comes to going from E4 to E5. I know a lot of my peers who got promoted to E5 pretty fast. I'm saying? If you want it, you're going to get it. So there's room for promotion being a 92 Fox. So, you might hear different sometimes when you listen to some other videos you see online, because I saw some videos online before I joined that said it was very hard to get promoted, as a fueler. But I can tell you now, it's becoming a lot easier. So don't steer away from, becoming a fueler because of promotion. So give it a go ahead. Travel. Oh my God. As a fueler, you can go anywhere, man. The 92 Fox MOS and a lot of other MOS can take you anywhere in the Army. And there's certain MOS who are restricted to certain duty stations. But as a 92 Fox, you can be stationed anywhere. So when you look at you can be stationed anywhere, then you notice that opportunities are broad out there for you. You know what I'm saying? So you might go to Fort Hood for 3 years and say, okay, after my first contract, I don't want to be here and I want to go somewhere else. You choose your choice, where you want to go. They can set that up for you. So you can go to Germany, you can go to Korea, go wilding out, because Korea is known for people wilding out and having a lot of good time. So you can go to Korea, you can go to Hawaii. Hawaii is the big one for fuelers because there's a lot of aviation stuff in Hawaii, so you can go to Hawaii. Hawaii is a big one. I actually wanted to go to Hawaii. I wouldn't have minded that duty station. So travel, you get to travel a lot as a fueler, especially when it comes to training exercises and the type of unit you get assigned to. You get to go to stuff like NTC. Yes, that's not fun travel, but it's training travel. So when I say travel, meaning that you get to go a lot of different places, with that MOS. So when it comes to actual work for 92 Foxes, and there's a lot of plus, and there's some little negatives there when it comes to your actual work And I know this video is kind of long already, but I just want to lay it out. So as a 92 Fox, your actual work is you're going to be distributing, and I'm not going to say in pumping, because we 92 Fox, we don't pump fuel, you know. They say pumping fuel is what we do. We actually don't pump any damn fuel. We are there to make sure that you are doing it right, and we are there for your safety, and we are making sure we are operating the fuel system properly so you can pump your fuel. So we are not actually there holding the nozzle and pumping the fuel. I mean, you can do it if you want to, but half the time I don't. I hand the nozzle to whoever is handling the vehicle. In the ground unit, when you're dealing with Humvees, track vehicles, Bradleys, that's the type of stuff you do. You give them the nozzle and they pump the fuel. But when you're in aviation, you're responsible to go out there, hook it up to whatever aircraft it is, and pump the fuel in aviation. But in a ground unit, they are responsible for pumping their fuel. You were just there to, open the nozzles, open the ports, changing the valves, cutting it on, cutting it off, whatever, and let them pump their fuel. But in aviation, it's different. You have to go out there, hook it up, and pump the fuel and do the whole works. So with your actual job, it comes a lot of perks. Stuff like aviation. Basically, you get to fly in these Chinooks and these Black Hawks and all these different aircrafts. They'll take you up there. You just gotta ask, and they'll take you up there. I know a lot of my friends that I see that were in aviation used to post a lot of videos of them in aircrafts, and that's only because they're a fueler and they're dealing with the aircrafts, and they're dealing with people who are operating these aircrafts, so they get the opportunity of flying in the aircrafts. When you're in a ground unit, you can get the opportunity of maybe driving a tank, driving a Bradley, driving an 88 recovery vehicle, stuff like that. So you get to, if you like those big tanks that have them big cannon that go boom, or the Bradley fighter vehicles, you like stuff like that, then, in a ground unit, you can kind of ask people, and, they can show you around the vehicle, show you how to operate it, show you the different cool stuff. So 92 Fox, to me, was a great experience. I love the MOS. I learned a lot of stuff. I met a lot of people. Most of the time, especially your actual work, it's really chill. You go out there with your fuel truck, you pull up, they come to you, they get their fuel, they pump their fuel, and they gone, and you're sitting there for another, 20, 30 minutes waiting for somebody else to pull up. And that's really it. Sometimes you're in the field exercises, you're chilling on your phone, doing whatever, waiting for somebody to come pull up and get your fuel and just keep it moving. So for me, overall, 92 Fox was a great experience, and I think it was probably my best option at the time, as far as job. And I've seen a lot of different MOSs, and I don't think I would want to do anything else. So yes, I do love the 92 Fox. That's what I'm saying. You see, my lights are out. So it was a great experience. So I definitely recommend the 92 Fox MOS. So if you're out there and you're looking for a job and you don't know what to choose, or you want to kind of get your foot in the door when it comes to the military, 92 Fox is definitely a good option. Also, as a 92 Fox, I would say know your job, know how to operate your vehicle, and you'll be okay. Well, that's it for now. If you have any questions, go ahead and just leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to get to them when I can. So for right now, I'm out of here. You see my lights is cut off, so deuce.